and the technology doesn't work. And I asked Brian why, and he said it was going to be $30,000 and you didn't want to.
I don't really see any benefit.
What if you sold 50% more?
Absolutely.
I'm starting to realize the business is stuck. Not because of Brian, because of her. She stopped Brian from spending $30,000 on building out the website because she didn't see the return on investment.
I'll spend whatever it takes up to $100,000 because that's how important it is to me that you succeed.
Thank you.
I'm currently acting like your partner, but you're not willing to make the commitment.
After all this back and forth with Brian and Jen, I really wanted to get the two of them together to once and for all figure out how he was going to get paid and how she was going to motivate him moving forward.
You want to feel like a partner and for it to be memorialized.
Correct.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around the idea of having my ex-boyfriend be a part of my business, especially to make that commitment for the rest of my life. There's an unsureness. There's like a hesitancy.
Well, you're nervous right now.
Yeah.
Brian's lack of direction and Brian's lack of performance is actually your fault, not his fault.
My motivation was never, fame, success, money. It was, I wanted to be part of something. I would like to have equity.
I know the value of what partners can bring to the table and that I can't do all this myself and I need both of you. So here's what I would like to do. My offer to you is a $50,000 base salary plus 2% commission on total sales and 10% equity.
All right.
How hard was that?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you? Nice to see you.
well.
This is
Hi,
my
I'm
partner,
Jennifer.
Jen.
Nice to meet you.
Jen told me when we met that she had never gotten her products fully certified for distribution. And so as we move closer to the installation day for Hinsdale, I'm taking her to UL, a place that specializes in authenticating the work that you do.
This is the Rain Lab.
That's awesome.
We are validating products to comply with standards for safety.
To get the entire company certified, you're saying, do I want to protect my employees? Do I want to protect my customers?
Yes.
Why?
So they continue to come back to us and have a great experience.
And they're safe.
And they're safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's Brian? Anything good, bad?
I mean, trying to digest what happened yesterday. On day one, I wasn't comfortable with giving him equity, and that hasn't changed. There's just something that doesn't sit well with me for the very long term.
Are you kidding me? What's your deal with people?
This is the exact same thing she did to me after she shook my hand and we made our deal. But whether it's an anxiety issue or a trust issue, candidly, I'm running out of patience. And I feel like if we don't get this solved, I don't know that I can move forward.
Why is it that you don't want either people too close or people in your business or people to be partners with? Is this the reason that you keep losing people?
I'm honestly really frustrated. Everyone, Nina, you ask every person who left, you should read the cards and the letters that they wrote me about what I've done for them and how they wouldn't be where they were if it weren't for me. I love them. That's why I do what I'm doing. So it's really hard to hear that you think I on people. When I think about it, I think I have a bad job telling people that they did a good job because I don't think I'm very critical of myself.
The reality of it is that you waffle on people.
I could do better.
We all can. And I know you don't do it on purpose because I know
Yeah.
you're not that person. All I'm asking you to do is do a little soul searching. And I think we have to have that conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to stop agreeing to stuff.
Yeah.
And then changing your
Right?
mind.
I know.
How's it going? I'm Dustin.
Hey, Dustin, Colin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
So you guys got a great place?
I made it very clear to Jen that I wanted Dustin to be part of the organization. And so I invited her and Brian, along with Dustin, to Uncle Dan's, a business that I own in Chicago. And I wanted to talk to her about this idea of Dustin being an independent salesperson.
I think we could definitely come in here and transform your space with custom pieces, awesome pendants and chandeliers. This is the perfect spot to have a big statement piece right here. We should definitely get you guys some samples and see what we can have happen.
Absolutely.
Dustin is now doing his own thing, and he'll only be able to do jobs or projects based on commission, no loss to the company. And so if he sells something, it's upside for everybody with zero risk.
Love to be doing business with you soon.
Yeah, we look forward to it.
Look forward to it.
Jen, do you see the value in this process?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
I appreciate the fact that Jen is seeing the value in having Dustin come on board and she's changed her mindset around it. But there's still this elephant in the room about what's happening with Brian.
Jen and I were together yesterday. We had a great experience at UL. But when we were walking out, Jen said to me that she wanted to talk to me about your pay and your equity.
I really do want you to be around, and I appreciate your value, and I don't question that at all. There is still like some stress in giving away equity. It's mostly the difference between a partnership or an employee.
How do you expect people to feel valued and appreciated when you say that?
Sure.
Who wants to be a part of something? Whether this is your intention or not, it comes off like, I may be done with you and may have you exit stage left.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
For anybody. I'm not even secure in our relationship because I don't know if you're going to change your mind.
I feel terrible. I'm so caught up on the equity thing. This has been 5 years. I'm like, I can't make that decision. It just doesn't sit well with me.
There's always alternatives. And so I think the way to mitigate this is to not change the deal on somebody, but to structure it in a way that allows both of you to be happy. Based on how you feel and based on how open he is, it can be shifted to phantom units, which he could earn up to 10% of the profits. At the end of the next 12 months, if the company is profitable, you could earn 2% profit units. The following year, he would get 4%. If he leaves on his own, the company has the right to buy them back. So
I feel good with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. So you are obligated to fulfill your commitment. Thank you for finally making a decision. Can we go do some work?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
With the equity issue behind us, we can now get everybody focused on finishing the Hinsdale project. The commercial client showcase is in 3 days, and the entire team is working together to make sure that it's flawless.
Did you draft this?
I used a template and edited it.
In order to prove to me that Jen has finally gotten over her employee equity issues, she had a formal document drafted, an agreement between her and Brian.
Most important part of the agreement. Any amendment or modification of this agreement will only be binding if evidenced in writing signed by each party. Jen can't change her mind.
The fact that Jen took the initiative to draw up the papers and sign it shows me that she's willing to not just flip-flop and back out of things.
Congratulations on getting it done. Thank you, buddy.
So a big thing we want to bring to the website is the feel you get when you walk in the door. You know, whenever anyone walks in the door, they're like, wow.
Now that Brian has his equity deal resolved, he can move forward on growing the business. And he's gotten a full proposal on revamping the entire website.
Our process is very complex and it comes across as overwhelming. Simplifying that's something that's very important to us.
Based on the level of sophistication that I want the website to have, I've agreed to invest an additional $100,000 to make sure that happens. Today's the grand reveal of the Hinsdale restoration. And with over $150,000 invested in lighting alone, I'm excited to see how it all turns out. From my perspective, it's really Jen that has everything on the line today. If the commercial clients really like her work, it could be unlimited business for her. Based on everything I've been through with Hangout and the amount of money that I spent in this Hinsdale building, I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't nervous about what I was going to see.
Wow. So is everything done?
It's done. Should we flip the switch?
This is your thing. The space literally changed.
I can't believe the work that Jen and the team did. Every single room is different, and the creativity and the attention to detail they used really brought the room to life. And it actually changed the entire space.
Usually we're not part of the installation, so I think it was super, super fun to experience like what the customer goes through.
How has Jen been in letting you do your job?
Awesome. Like I sanded some of that with my staff.
I get to just like focus on kind of the fun stuff and the big picture.
In the business.
Yeah, exactly.
How's the website coming?
It's good. We have about 10 weeks left of full development until the final product's out.
Wow.
I'm really proud and I'm really happy with everything.
from the time we met to now, what did you learn?
Yeah.
And what would you change?
How incredibly talented my team is, and how collaborating with different ideas, you end up with something much better in the long term.
What would you change?
Honestly, how I treated Brian and appreciating his value in this company. I'd say that's number one.
My level of respect for you changed dramatically in that statement. It's okay to make mistakes, but the open recognition of it is proof of why you're going to be a spectacular leader.
That's awesome.
There were several moments that I thought about walking away from Hangout Lighting, but in hearing Jen take ownership of her behavior and acknowledge her mistakes was enough for me to feel totally different about her. I feel like she's grown as a business person, but more importantly, I feel like she's grown as a person.
Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. I say thanks to my team, and a big thank you to Brian. He is spearheading a new website that we are excited to launch this summer. You'll be able to visually design your own fixture.
High five, Brian!
And last but not least, thank you, Marcus. This opportunity has been incredible.
Yeah.
We've had so much fun getting to be creative and take our capabilities to a whole new level.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We would love for you to see every inch of the building. Have fun, enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much.
Jen has come a long way, and this company's ability to double, triple, quadruple sales is a layup.
The finishes are beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm really into my back patio right now.
Yeah.
I know that jobs like this, 100,000, 200,000, are going to be a dime a dozen for her.
I love it. It's so beyond gorgeous.
And with the new website, her ability to capitalize on the leads is going to be greater than ever. My expectations are very high, especially with Jen at the helm. You are a tough nut, but I knew inside there was something very special. And I think potential is limitless.
Thank you. I think so too.
You've been listening to The Profit, the podcast from CNBC. I'm Marcus Lemonis. For more of The Profit, subscribe today wherever you listen.
Worldwide Exchange is now a podcast. I'm Brian Sullivan. Join me as we hit the biggest money stories from around the world, breaking down the risks and rewards of global trade, the news you need to know with real-world actionable advice, and even a little fun and unique content you won't get anywhere else, like the most random but interesting thing you'll hear all day. Subscribe to the Worldwide Exchange podcast today.